There's a label deal in front of you. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it a scam? How do you even tell? In this video, I want to protect you from the most common scam that labels do on artists that don't know any better. And contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think that a 360 deal in itself is a scam, but that's not true. The scam can hide anywhere. It can be a distribution deal or just a song buying deal. Could be anywhere. So I'm gonna reveal that today, and we're also gonna take a look at the three type of the most common label deals that they offer to artists, just so you know what's what. And if something does land on your table, you'll be able to tell if this is something you want to take or not. So quite simply, the first type of deal is a song buying deal. They buy rights to your songs, your masters, and the rights to distribute them any way they want. And usually this means that they give you some type of advance and you sell them the rights. When they give you an advance, they full expect to make their money back. So they will give you usually like a 30% or a 20%, and they will keep 70% of the earnings, just because they've already fronted you your money. And many people say, oh, if you take a label deal, you get put into debt. That's not true. An advance is them fronting you your money, and it's not the same way as taking money from a bank. Because if you take a loan from a bank and you don't give that back, you'll have people knocking on your door and repoing your car the next day. When a label gives you an advance, it is not the same type of loan that a bank loan. They can come knocking on your door. And we'll talk about the way that, they still fuck you up if they want to. But generally, an advance in itself is not a scam. It doesn't matter. And when people buy your song, they might say, okay, so this is a real thing. One of the labels offered Sanaya 40,000 euros for 3 songs. They get those 3 songs for 15 years. And basically what happens is over the 15 years, they fully expect to make 40,000 euros off of that. The question for you is, if such a deal lands on your table, do you need this money right now? And if yes, do you know exactly how you're gonna spend it? If no, well, you don't need that deal, okay? A straight up song buying deal is very good because you get a very nice cash influx right away. You get a bunch of money up front. You're not really supposed to give it back out of your own pocket. It's supposed to be recouped back from something that the song earns. The downside of this type of deal is if you're looking to enter a better deal later on, you won't be able to sell these songs again because they're already sold, right? You don't own them anymore. For 15 years, they're given over to the label and they give you money. These deals are pretty good if you just need a bit of cash for marketing or maybe for living expenses just to stay in the game. And they are the most common deals. A lot of you that are watching this video, you will be getting this at least at some point in your career, okay? The next type of deal that I want to look at is a distribution deal. And this is the dream deal. This is the thing everybody talks about and they're like, man, a distribution deal. Because the beauty of a distribution deal is that labels trust you so much that they're willing to invest into you and give you large sums of money and give you access to their network without taking any ownership of your percentages of royalties or of your name, or basically without locking you into 360. So what you get in a distribution deal, in a good distribution deal, is you get access to a label team that will push you the same way they would push one of their artists. And on the flip side, you don't give them any ownership of your masters or anything. Like, you own all of your IP in a distribution deal. That's why it's called a distribution deal. A label is just helping put your music out there. Maybe they'll put you on magazines, maybe they'll book you some features, maybe they'll do this and that, anything to spread your name far and wide and make sure that, they make that money back either through royalties that you split, but, you decide what you split with them. This is highly individual. Some distribution deals will say, okay, you give us your royalties. Other distribution deals will say, okay, we're just partnering for the physical sale. If you're just selling mixtapes or vinyls, maybe they'll partner just over that. But ultimately, the distribution deal is the deal that everybody wants, and for good reason. You get all upsides, no downsides. You can still get scammed though, which is something I'm getting to in a second, because before I cover the scam, I want to cover the 360 deal. And this is the one people are scared of because fake gurus on the internet have been saying that a 360 is so bad. Oh, it's so bad. Artists get locked into it, they don't get paid, and they get scammed. Inherently, it could happen. You could get scammed. Again, we'll get to this this in a second, but a 360 deal in itself is not a scam. It's the classical record deal that recording artists have been getting for fucking decades before these fake gurus have been spouting nonsense into your ears. If 360 deals were a scam, we wouldn't have multi-million-dollar artists such as Billie Eilish, such as the Migos, such as probably Future at some point. I don't know what his situation is right now, but I know that every big artist at every stage of actually going mainstream and worldwide and public, they're locked into a 360. A 360 deal means that a label takes percentage of all income streams that an artist earns. And these fake gurus are out here bullshitting, literally pissing in your ears, saying that, oh, a 360 deal is evil, you get nothing. Like, bro, Billie Eilish is in a 360 deal. She has a multi-million-dollar mansion. She's famous all over the world, right? Doja Cat is probably in a 360 right now, right? Of course, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but probably in a 360. All your favorite artists, unless they said what deal they're in a fucking 360. And the reason it works is you get a massive label team that is helping you. And of course, the label is trying to make that money back on the hundreds of thousands of dollars they invest into it. Like, bro, it takes a couple of $100,000 to get radio play across the country in America. You think this game is cheap? It's not cheap, and they expect to make this money back. Should you take a 360 deal? Only in one case, right? If you trust the team to take you to the next level, a 360 deal might be worth it for you. If labels come and they say, okay, so we've worked with this, and this artist, right? They're on our roster. We've got them from this level to this level. We can book you features with them. We can book you like a promo in these magazines. We can probably put you on like World Star Hip Hop or something, right? And we can do all these things for you. We'll also give you like $300,000 of marketing budget, right? Which you can also live off of while you do all this. And then hopefully after all that, we'll get you on a couple of interviews with these, and these people, right? A 360 deal can still be a massive advantage if you know you don't have access to the resources that they're offering you. And giving up 70% of your income is a logical outcome in any venture capital realm. Some of my friends, they work in VC, right? They're in the venture capital world in Silicon Valley. When a business gets a large amount of cash, they get to keep 30% of the fucking business. The investors take the 70% because the investor wants that money back. Now, of course, it's up to you to either take the deal or not, right? Always get a lawyer to read it. Always get somebody you trust to explain every little bit to you. But at the end of the day, even a 360 can be beneficial if you know damn honest that you can't do this on your own, okay? If you know damn honest that you want this team to help you because you trust them, then a 360 deal can still be sick. You can still be a millionaire and you can still be famous. So what about the scams, right? This video is about scams. Let me tell you a thing or two about common music industry scams. And the first and biggest scam that labels do is they don't tell you any fucking specifics of what they're willing to offer you, right? They say, oh, we'll make you a star, we'll make you so big, all your dreams will come true, right? They don't tell you anything of what their network offers. And this is just what I said before, right? If they say, okay, we can get you features with this, and this artist that are already on our label, already getting millions of plays, right? We can get you in this magazine, we can get you in this, that. Like, when they give you specifics, usually they can be trusted, and usually that means you're talking with a reputable team or representative that is actually willing to put you through some motions to grow your career and invest into you properly. When people don't give you any fucking specifics, they shouldn't be trusted, right? As soon as the water is being muddied on what exactly you're getting, don't fucking take those deals, okay? And finally, the real cream of the crop, the biggest music industry scam that everybody's fucking running these days, and all days, this has happened for centuries, right? As soon as you sign a deal, you need to look for a clause that says that they can invoice you whatever they want, okay? Because this is the real scam. Here's how it works. In any deal that you get, any deal, right? 360, distribution, doesn't fucking matter. They can make it. So whatever they invoice you, you have to pay them. So say, okay, we give you a 300K advance, right? But we say somewhere in the contract that we can invoice you for studio time, right? So now you owe us 50K for studio time, you owe 50K to our engineer, you owe like 100K to this manager we gave you owe 200K for marketing expenses, you owe 300K for fucking music video expenses, you owe like another 50K for fucking the accounting expenses. You know, you owe 30K for like another bullshit, right? This is the real scam of the industry. Being able to invoice you for anything and everything, and that is debt that if they go and sue you for, people will come knocking on your door to collect and tow your fucking car away. So this is the real thing you have to watch out for when you're dealing with the industry and signing anything, is can they invoice you without you having to approve every invoice? Because if they can, you best believe they will leave you with a mountain of fucking debt for all the services you didn't necessarily take, for all the services you didn't even fucking know about, such as accounting and lawyer fees, and you will owe them if they can do that. And the way to protect yourself from this, because I won't leave you hanging, okay? You protect yourself by doing this. First, as you get a lawyer, someone you trust, to actually read your contract, to make sure that you yourself aren't getting scammed, okay? And to look out for clauses that say you have to pay whatever they invoice you, okay? So say you have your own engineer, right? You have the right to not record with the studio's engineer. You have the right to not go to like the record label's record studio. You can do this shit at home, right? And if you've been recording at home, even as a pro, because you know how to mix and master well, and they try to invoice you for fucking studio time and engineer expenses, you look at that piece of paper and you say, no, fuck off, I'm not paying that. I haven't been to the studio. I haven't mixed with your engineer. I did it myself. Fuck off, right? If they try to bill you too much for a music video expense, look at this expense and say, okay, well, I didn't actually want this. I didn't sign off on this, and I didn't need this, right? From all this fucking bills that you're giving me, this, and this, I didn't use. Take that off the fucking list, bro, okay? You need to have the power to say no to whatever expenses they try to present you with. Because at the end of the day, when they give you an advance, you don't owe it back, okay? They recoup the advance off of like income sources. You don't need to give it back out of your own pocket. But expenses that they invoice you with, you do. And that's the real trick of the music industry. And this is what I want you. If you remember anything on this channel, just remember this one thing. Do not allow them to invoice you expenses without your approval. And with that, this video is sponsored by myself. Check out my school community. I help artists just like you grow. We've had a couple of very good cases. We've taken artists from 0 almost to 100K monthlies recently, right? So if you want to be next, check it out. And if you want to work in private coaching, fill in the interest form, right? Me or somebody on the team will reach out to you, because in private coaching, the school is kind of DIY. It lets artists with a smaller budget like do this themselves, just watching the courses and following along. But with the private coaching, I do some of the work with you, right? We make sure to do it together. Essentially, in a way, I'm your full-time manager. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.